Welcome back to the channel, basketball fans, where today we need to talk about what can only be described as a baffling decision from the NBA league office and specifically Commissioner Adam Silver. Just when we thought the Boston Celtics had seen enough disrespect for one season, the league decided to add one final insult to the injury-ridden campaign of Derrick White. We all know the situation by now. Stephen Curry, the Golden State Warriors legend and global icon, unfortunately had to pull out of the All-Star game due to injury. As sad as it is to see Steph miss the festivities, it opened up a spot on the roster for an injury replacement. Naturally, the conversation immediately shifted to who deserved that spot the most. For anyone who has been watching the Boston Celtics this season, the answer felt obvious. It felt like the stars were aligning for Derrick White to finally get the recognition he deserves. He is an NBA champion. He is an Olympic gold medalist who played alongside Steph Curry in Paris. And he has been the glue holding the Celtics together during a season where they have been missing their MVP candidate, Jayson Tatum. But instead of rewarding winning and defense, Adam Silver went in a different direction. The news broke just hours ago that the commissioner has selected Brandon Ingram of the Toronto Raptors to fill the final All-Star spot. Now, this is not a personal attack on Brandon Ingram, who is having a fine statistical season, but when you look at the context of this decision, it is hard not to feel like the Celtics were robbed. With this selection, the Toronto Raptors, a team that is currently sitting in 5th place in the Eastern Conference, now have 2 All-Stars in Scottie Barnes and Brandon Ingram. Meanwhile, the Boston Celtics, who are tied for 2nd place in the conference with a record of 34-19, have just 1 All-Star in Jaylen Brown. Let that sink in for a second. The 2nd-best team in the conference has half the representation of the 5th-best team. It is a decision that defies logic if you believe that the All-Star game should be about rewarding the players who impact winning the most. We understand the argument for Ingram. If you look strictly at counting stats and box score numbers, Ingram has the edge. He is scoring more points per game and his efficiency numbers are solid. But since when has the All-Star game been purely about who scores the most points on a decent team? There are no written guidelines for the commissioner's picks, but historically there has always been an unwritten rule that winning matters. Derrick White is the epitome of winning basketball. Celtics fans know this better than anyone. We see it every single night. We see the blocked shots at the rim, the deflections in the passing lanes, the charges taken, and the timely threes. We see a guy who has stepped up into a massive role this season in the absence of Jayson Tatum and helped guide this team to a top seed when everyone expected them to fall apart. A vote for Derrick White would have been a vote for substance over flash. It would have been a statement from the league that defense matters, that sacrifice matters, and that leading your team to wins despite adversity matters. Adam Silver had a golden opportunity here to take a stance. He could have rewarded a guy who does all the little things, a guy who just helped Team USA win gold, a guy who made all defense 2 times. Instead, he went with the safe pick. He went with the guy averaging more points per game. It is a classic case of the NBA valuing individual offense over team success and two-way impact. It sends a strange message to the rest of the league. It tells players that if you want to be an all-star, you should focus on getting your shots up rather than playing the right way. The Raptors have had a nice season, sure, but are they really a team that deserves 2 all-stars while the Celtics get 1? It is hard to justify. Jaylen Brown is having an MVP caliber season and carrying a ridiculous burden, but he cannot do it alone, and the fact is he hasn't been doing it alone. Derrick White has been right there with him. Even though White is not having his best shooting year from a percentage standpoint, his impact on the game has never been higher. He is the engine that keeps the defense running and the connector that makes the offense flow. But ultimately, maybe we should not be surprised. This feels like just another chapter in the book of disrespect that the Celtics have been reading from all season. Ever since Tatum went down, the narrative has been that Boston would slip, that they couldn't sustain their success. And yet here they are sitting near the top of the East, defying expectations every single night. Seeing White get rewarded would have been a cool moment, a validation of his hard work and his journey from an unheralded prospect to a key piece of a championship team. But in a weird way, this snub might be exactly what the Celtics needed. We know that Joe Mazzulla is a master at finding motivation in the margins. He loves to create an us against the world mentality, and Adam Silver just handed him a massive piece of bulletin board material. You can bet that Mazzulla will be in that locker room telling Derrick White and the rest of the team that the league does not respect them. He will tell them that the only way to get respect is to go out there and win another ring. This team has played with an undeniable chip on their collective shoulder all year long. They have played angry. They have played with a point to prove. And this latest slight is only going to add fuel to that fire. So while it is disappointing for Derrick White personally and for Celtics fans who wanted to see him shine on the big stage, it is not the end of the world. In fact, it might be the spark that ignites a second-half run. The Celtics don't need validation from the league office. They don't need Adam Silver's approval. They have their eyes on a much bigger prize. Let Brandon Ingram have the All-Star spot. Let the Raptors celebrate their 2 selections. The Celtics will take the rest. They will take the extra motivation. They will take the snub and use it to sharpen their focus. Because at the end of the day, championships are not won in February at the All-Star game. They are won in June by teams that play defense, teams that sacrifice, and teams that play for each other. That is who Derrick White is, and that is who the Boston Celtics are. So let this be a warning to the rest of the league. You might have snubbed Derrick White today, but you are going to have to deal with a very motivated and very angry Celtics team for the rest of the season. And frankly, that is a scary proposition for anyone standing in their way. I want to hear from you guys in the comments section below. Do you think this was a robbery? Did Derrick White deserve that spot over Brandon Ingram, or do you think the league got it right by rewarding the better scorer? And how do you think the Celtics will respond to this latest sign of disrespect? Let me know your thoughts down below because I read every single comment. And if you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date with all the latest Celtics news and analysis, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow and ensures you never miss a video. Also, please smash that like button if you agree that Derrick White was snubbed. And do not forget to click the little bell icon to turn on notifications so you are the first to know when we drop new content. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.